Scott Samuel Braun, born on June 18, 1981 in New York City to Evelyn and Erwin Braun, Jewish immigrants who had fled Hungary during the Holocaust. That family history, survival, resilience, starting over, shaped him more than he realized at the time. Scooter grew up in Greenwich, Connecticut, with drive already in his bones. In high school, he wasn't just social, he was a force. Class president, athlete, and the kind of kid who could walk into any room and make things happen. After graduating, he went to the University of Emory in Atlanta. But college wasn't really his classroom. The city was. Atlanta was the beating heart of early 2000s hip-hop, and Scooter wanted in. He started organizing parties, pulling in names like Ludacris and Jermaine Dupri, and soon became known as the guy who could make anything happen. By 19, he was already booking shows that packed clubs with thousands of people. Then came the call that changed everything. Jermaine Dupri, head of So Def Records, asked Scooter to work as his marketing executive. That job opened every door: access to artists, producers, and the business side of music. Scooter saw how talent, branding, and timing had to move together, and he was good at it. But his biggest discovery came not from an office, from YouTube. In 2007, while scrolling through videos, Scooter stumbled upon a 12-year-old boy singing Neo's So Sick in his living room. The boy's name? Justin Bieber. Scooter tracked down the kid and his mom in Stratford, Ontario, convinced them to come to Atlanta, and promised he could make Justin a star. It sounded impossible. But within 2 years, Bieber had signed with Usher and Island Records, and by 2010, he was a global sensation. Baby played on every radio. Crowds screamed his name. Scooter Braun, the guy who once booked frat parties, was now managing the biggest teen idol in the world. From there, Scooter built SB Projects, a management and entertainment company that would become home to some of the most successful artists in the world: Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, J Balvin, Dan and Shay, and many more. He wasn't just managing stars, he was shaping pop culture. Scooter's genius was vision. He saw music as more than sound. It was brand, emotion, and story. His artists didn't just release songs, they built eras. And behind it all, Scooter worked quietly but relentlessly, pulling the strings of an empire. But every empire faces a storm. In 2019, Scooter became one of the most controversial names in music when his company acquired Big Machine Label Group, which included the master recordings of Taylor Swift's first 6 albums. Taylor publicly accused Scooter of buying her life's work without her consent, calling it the worst-case scenario. The internet exploded. Fans took sides. Scooter, who'd long operated behind the scenes, suddenly found himself in the harshest kind of spotlight, the kind that burns. For months, headlines defined him as a villain. He said little, focusing instead on business moves, but the damage was done. Taylor re-recorded her old albums, turning the moment into a powerful act of artistic ownership, and Scooter became the symbol of a system many wanted to challenge. In the middle of all that noise, his personal life also shifted. After 7 years of marriage and 3 children, Scooter filed for divorce in 2021. He described it later as a time of deep reflection, one where success didn't feel like success anymore. Then, quietly, something changed again. He started stepping back from day-to-day management, moving toward bigger picture ventures. In 2021, he merged his company with HYBE, the South Korean entertainment giant behind BTS, taking on a global leadership role. It was a bold move, part redemption, part reinvention. By 2023, several major artists, including Ariana Grande and Demi Lovato, ended their management relationships with him. The media called it the fall of Scooter Braun. But those close to him said he was simply shifting focus.
leaving the day-to-day of celebrity management to build something broader, a bridge between music, technology, and storytelling across cultures. Scooter Braun's story isn't one of simple hero or villain. It's about ambition, risk, and consequence. He's the man who discovered one of the world's biggest stars on YouTube and also became one of the most debated figures in modern music. Yet through it all, he remains what he's always been, a builder, someone who sees potential in artists, in business, in himself, and bets everything on it. Love him or hate him, Scooter Braun changed how the music industry works. He didn't wait for permission. He saw opportunity, chased it, and lived through both the glory and the backlash that came with it. Because every empire comes at a cost, and every visionary has to decide what price they're willing to pay.